What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. In this episode, we're going to talk about, can you really turn $100 into $5,000 to $10,000 via real estate wholesaling? And what is real estate wholesaling? A lot of you guys always ask the question. I've heard the concept, I've heard the term of real estate wholesaling. What is it? How does it actually work? So we're going to be going into detail on what exactly wholesaling is, how you can do it, and how we've been able to manage and do hundreds of thousands of dollars in real estate via this one real estate strategy, right? So when I first got started in real estate, my mentor said, you know what? If you're getting started with very little capital and you have a lot of time, you want to get started in real estate wholesaling and really put a lot of sweat equity. So let's talk about what really is real estate wholesaling. A lot of you guys understand what a wholesale price is and a lot of different things, right? And an example, let's say that you wanted to get into the t-shirt business, right? You can put the time, energy, and effort to fly to China and all these different places overseas where you're able to get t-shirts at, 40, 50, 60 cents on the dollar, right? And then you can import those shirts and sell them to somebody else at, $3, $4, $5, $7, right? At wholesale prices. Now, why is somebody going to pay you $5, $6, $7 when they know that if they can go to China or they can go through Alibaba and buy something at a wholesale price directly? Why are they doing that? Is because they don't want to go through the effort and they don't have the capital sometimes to buy 100,000 shirts or 50,000 shirts at a time, and they're able to get, pay that because you were able to do it through sweat equity, right? And put the time. So in real estate, it kind of turns out to be something similar, right? So in real estate wholesaling, how does it actually work? Well, as you guys know, if you don't know and you're just tuning to my channel for the first time, my name is Homero Corona. I am a real estate investor in Texas and mostly in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So a lot of times I buy properties from other real estate wholesalers, and sometimes I wholesale properties myself. So how does it actually work and what does it really look like? Well, let's say that I'm talking to a homeowner, right? And the homeowner may be somebody that's, typically in a distressed situation, right? He may be going through a divorce, he may be going through a foreclosure, or he might just inherited a property that his aunt, uncle, gave to them, and they don't really want to deal with the property. It's vacant. It may be, a tenant occupied. There may be somebody in there that may not be paying the rent. They don't understand the business and they don't want to deal with it. So then they reach out to somebody like myself, or we may send marketing via direct mail, Facebook ads, or whatever the case may be. So let's say that you're talking to a seller and you're negotiating, a property, and you say, you know what, this is the fair price that I'm willing to pay with the property based on the renovation that it needs. And you get it, let's say at, we call that a wholesale price. You get it at a certain price, you agree, you sign the contract, let's say at $70,000, right? So you understand that if you go out there and you add value to the property by renovating it, putting a new roof, going through the renovation process, you're going to be able to retail it at, the retail market. However, there's people like me and hundreds of thousands of investors all across the country wanting to buy these type of properties from other investors or wholesalers. So I agree to pay the seller $70,000, right? So we agree to $70,000 on the property, and we put it under contract. And typically on a lot of these properties, there's a lot of title work and sometimes issues that sometimes we're not even able to close on this property. Therefore, we only typically put $100 earnest money. So you put $100 earnest money, and you deposit that with the title company, right? So you put $100 earnest money, and then what happens is you have a legal contract with the homeowner, and you put an and or assignee on the contract next to your name or next to your entity. That allows you to market, and that allows you to assign the contract to another investor. Now, I want to make it very clear. Seek legal counsel, seek somebody that's competent, whether it's an attorney in your area, and ask, because there's a lot of regulation coming on different states with wholesaling. But for this example, in Texas, you're able to do this, right? So you get a contract for $70,000, you add or assignees, and I have a friend, and I say, hey, I just picked up this property in Dallas, Texas, for example, and I'm going to go ahead and renovate it. And my friend or my other investor says, you know what? I'd like the opportunity to buy it myself. Would you be opposed to just selling me the contract, selling me the opportunity to just buy the property? And I say, you know what? I got a lot of projects going on. I'm just going to go ahead and assign it to somebody else. So what I do is I assign this property to my friend for $80,000. So I am assigning my interest in the contract for $80,000 to my friend. So what happens is I sign a 1-page to 3-page document that's a assignable interest in this contract, right? So we're going to be going through training on how to exactly to do that. So I signed this, let's just, to keep it simple, 1-page contract that I'm assigning it for $80,000 to my friend Joe, right? So my friend Joe agrees to pay $80,000 for this contract and the right to be able to purchase this property for $80,000. So what happens? So between the seller, I got a $70,000 contract, and then my friend, I assign it to $80,000. So there's a $10,000 spread there. So what happens is, at the time of closing, the title company is going to cut me a check for $10,100. I deposited only $100 originally, and my friend is willing to pay $80,000. So now I'm going to be able to make $10,000 at the time of closing. Now, does this happen? Absolutely, it happens every single day, and it's probably happening as I'm recording this video. There's thousands of people that are buying and selling wholesale contracts to other investors. So that's how I got started in the business and I started in the industry. Is I went and I did a lot of sweat equity by going out there after foreclosures, after properties that had a lot of distress, and I found other buyers that were willing to buy my contract, and that's how I was able to turn $100 into $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, and you can absolutely do this. We're going to go into more details and exactly what to do it, but in this video, I do want to let you guys know you can actually do this and start, in real estate by turning $100 into $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 and just repeat the process, right? And there's a lot of people that actually just, that's all they do. They don't even fix and flip the properties. They don't buy rentals. All their business model is just to find distressed properties, put them under contract, and selling them to another investor, right? So what are some of the ways that you can find some of these type of properties, and how is somebody willing to buy you or sell you, a property at a discounted price? Is they're going through a distressed situation, right? Unfortunately, obviously we know there's divorces, right? And what happens when people are going through divorces, they don't want anything to do with the property. I mean, they just want to be out of the situation. They don't want any memories. They just want to sell it ASAP. So they're willing to exchange time, right, for price, right? They're willing to say, you know what, I want to sell this property in 2 weeks and close. I don't really want to put it on the market with an agent. I don't want to have people come into my house. So there's a lot of different reasons why people are willing to sell the property at a discount, because they're wanting to sell it fairly quickly. The same way that somebody's willing to say, you know what, I need money now, not yesterday. I need to go and get $200, right? So I'm going to take these tools or this collectible or whatever the case to a pawn shop and sell it ASAP because I need the money now. The same way, the same reason why somebody's wanting to sell this property in 2 weeks. They may have an impending medical expense, or they may need to leave the country, or they may need to leave a job, or whatever the case may be. There's hundreds of reasons why people are willing to do that. So when I got started, the number one way that I got started and the number one marketing strategy that I did was looking for foreclosures, right? There's foreclosures, and obviously over the past 2 years, there hasn't been a lot of foreclosures because of, the government and a lot of, things. But in 2022, I think we're going to have a lot more foreclosures. So that's one strategy that you guys can definitely focus on. The other strategy that has been extremely good for a lot of people getting started, that's absolutely free, is driving for dollars, right? Going in your neighborhoods or going in areas where there's older homes and there's homes that look vacant, that are distressed. There's a tall grass, there's a roof, they got a tarp, they got broken windows. You could just tell that it's a distressed house and the homeowner has not kept up with it. So what do we typically do? We send postcards, we send letters, and or we send SMS campaigns, or we just cold call them as well. So the two strategies that I recommend when you get started is foreclosures and driving for dollars, because both of those leads are absolutely free. In different counties and states, they actually have websites where you can actually get a lot of these lists for free. So for example, in Dallas, Fort Worth, I'm going to actually put a link below if you're in Collin County, where you can actually get a free pre-foreclosure list that's actually updated every single day, Monday through Friday, and it's absolutely free. You can see the address, you can see the details of the property, taxes, and what the original loan balance was that the person had whenever they bought the property. So Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. I hope this helps understanding what really wholesaling is, and that you can absolutely turn $100 into $5,000 to $10,000 in a repeatable process by wholesaling, and then eventually maybe getting into buy and hold, getting rentals, doing fix and flips and whatnot. So, and the one thing that I wanted to add to this video as a valuable resource, what I'm going to actually do for everybody is I'm going to give you guys a free assignment of contract that has helped us generate thousands of dollars, and for a lot of investors, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I'm going to leave it, and it's absolutely free for anybody that wants to. In the video description, you can actually click, and I'm going to leave a PDF document that's actually an assignment of contract that allows you to assign any contract that you have and sell it to another investor that'll help you generate thousands of dollars. It's absolutely free. The only thing that I ask is if you're getting value out of this content, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share this video, and make sure you hit the notification icon, comment, tell me what you thought. Tell me, if you're starting to get, if you're wholesaled, if you're starting to get interested in wholesaling investing. So thank you guys and have a great day.